Another thing you talked about, I mean, you were talking about your rival APC. One of the things you also mentioned was, you talked about capitalism, and then you now talked about the PDP being liberal. I didn't quite get the difference.
Well, maybe I was referring to an individual who masterminds some of these things that is happening in APC. If you have worked in government before, if you are a governor, you don't have to be stupendously rich.
What do you mean by the PDP being liberal in terms of its policies?
Because they don't sit down money and use it against the people, or to buy votes, or to oppress the other players. Look at the Southwest, for example. In every state, people are imposed in one office or the other. At the end of the day, somebody is the beneficiary. He's the one getting contracts in all these states. But you won't see a gentleman in PDP wanting to be in charge of everything and using it at the disadvantage of the other people in the party.
Is that the difference between, I thought you were talking about, maybe you're talking about public-private partnerships, or talking about
no, it goes beyond that. I don't want to be.
That's usually what people talk about.
I don't want to
capitalism
be too,
and liberal policies. I thought we're looking at a maybe sharp divide between.
Not in that sense. I know why I didn't want to elaborate too far.
How do you see the PDP handling its internal challenges? To make sure that they're able to rein in or make as many people as happy as they should be come 2015. Do you see a case where internal democracy would actually prevail?
Well, there is reasonable internal democracy in PDP. All I want to advise some leaders to do is to see other members and other leaders as co-players. If you are in PDP, do as if you are in PDP. Don't look outside. Don't go and form another alliance with another people. If you want to go out, it's easy. Go honorably. Don't use any tactics that are anti-politics in getting what you want. If you have an ambition, declare it and go for it.
What's the problem you see with the northern governors?
Northern governors?
Yes.
None, for real. It's just a game of looking at 2015. What do we do? Where do we go? Who should be our leader? Who should be our flag bearer? I think that's the issue. And at the end of the day...
What about the issue of zoning?
Zoning, it's done already. And fortunately enough, the president has the opportunity to go for the second term.
Zoning is done already?
If I am a party man, and I see somebody in office today, and is interested in going for the second term, as long as he's doing well, all of us will collaborate, join hands together, and ensure that he wins that election for the party. Not that I will be working against him for whatever reason.
Are you concerned that people till today still ask, what is the philosophy of the party?
Well, we have the manifesto, we have the programs. The philosophy is to ensure that an average Nigerian is carried along in the scheme of things. An average Nigerian benefits from the dividends of democracy, and that Nigeria is one, which is very, very crucial. That Nigeria is one. You can move from state to state. You can play your politics anywhere. You are free. You have freedom of movement. You have freedom of association. And you can do your business and be a happy man.
But is it true that the PDP has a 63-year-old person as a youth leader?
63-year-old. The man is already out now.
So who is the
By
current?
the time we are going for our next convention in...
But he's still there as we speak?
He's not there. He has resigned.
When did he resign?
He resigned during our last NEC.
But how did that happen in the very first instance? I mean, shouldn't we ask how that happened in the very first instance?
It happened because INEC said we did consensus election. There was no voting during the election of these individuals.
So if
every state, these offices were zoned. So if youth leader is zoned to Niger State or South, North Central, North Central will bring a candidate and it will be accepted by all. And that's what we did. But INEC faulted the arrangement and said we should cast.
Do you think that if you had voted, the case of a 63-year-old man coming up as youth leader would never
it's
have
possible. Age is not really the issue. It's how
you don't see anything wrong with that?
I'm a 60-year-old.
And you would confidently,
I can comfortably do the work of a youth leader. It's just to mobilize. I will have youths working with me at different levels. Mine is to coordinate their activities. If you are strong, viral, and active, at 70 you can conveniently be a good youth leader, mobilizing and ensuring that people do the proper thing. Being a youth leader is just to ensure that youths come together. It doesn't mean you should be 20-year-old because you may not have the experience to bring people together.
From Rinsola Abiola, she said, well, they're about to engage youth from PDP, and if we have people in their 60s or 70s as youth leader to face some of those...
We will send the 60-year-old youth leader to go and...
in that debate.
So who will mobilize things?
We have youths at different levels. At the ward level, at the local government level, at the state level, and at the national level. That's the clearinghouse. So the national youth leader will be able to coordinate the activities.
But that's an interesting one,
yes.
Coming to have a debate among themselves. That's healthy, isn't it, for our political climate?
It's good. I like what she did. They chose to use her because she can deliver. We have people who can do that on our behalf too. And we are going to,
but not
if you agree to, we will bring somebody who can.
No, wait,
like a 63 or 70?
He doesn't, she's not the youth leader of the party. They don't even have good structure.
No, we had
the
youth leader Ismail. We had the youth leader Ismail. Yeah, APC. Ismail Ahmed. He's been on the program, and
he's their youth leader.
Yeah, he's a youth leader.
How old is he?
He's a young man.
Yes.
Yes.
We definitely know
because PDP realized that a young man can effectively work as the Minister for Youth and Sports Development. They chose a young man. If you see a young man who is dynamic, intelligent enough, has enough knowledge of that job specification, why not use him? But if an elderly person can as well, that man had been the deputy youth leader, so he must have learned a lot from his...
Is it a policy of the PDP if he's been a deputy youth leader and then it becomes...
No. You know, like I said, it was zoned. That's the organization in PDP. Yeah, it may be different from what they have in other parties.
If they zone it, is it only 60s and above?
No, don't let us bother our heads about the age. I've told you.
But it's important.
If somebody is vibrant.
We know those days, how old those generals, 30s,
I haven't listened to you.
Leading this country.
You are not ready to go into politics. So you won't be able to know.
Says who?
Yeah, I've seen it in you. You want to be in your comfort zone, enjoy your job.
But it's not so
comfortable. But it's tough
being
in politics to balance things. The issue of balancing brings about these anomalies which you see. But there will be somehow a meeting point.
Has your party in the Southwest or Lagos State endorsed the president the way the South has?
Well, the president himself has not said.
No, we don't have to wait for him because the South didn't wait for him. They gave him the endorsement. So perhaps we're trying to, you know how they say, do the permutation to know which region is for and against.
Personally, speaking for myself, I've endorsed him, but I can't speak for anybody. I don't want to speak for the state. I don't want to speak for the region until we come together and agree on who to go for.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. Some are picked up on this youth leader matter.
It's good. I can listen to them and
No, you just asked us a quick one here, Chairman. Sorry, you just asked us if we will agree. Yes, certainly we will agree. If you can get us a youth, and we'll bring the APC youth, and we can start off the debate on television.
Why not? We will do that.
Healthy discourse.
Very well.
Good.
We have that.
All right, that would be interesting. We would like to see that. But that's why we had to let it go today. Mr. Tunji Shelle is the chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Lagos. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for the opportunity.